Hey there guys, and welcome back to Hursty Games, and welcome to part 11 of our QPR career mode. Now if you have been watching the rest of the series, you'll know that we are in the transfer window. We have just played our first two games in the transfer window, which were Cardiff, which was a home win, and then a home win to Spurs in the FA Cup. And if you want to see that, because it was a fantastic game for us, jump on back to episode 10 and of course the other episodes if you've missed any of them. But today we have got some other games ahead of us, but more importantly we have got some transfers to make. Now I've been going through all of the comments, I've been going through every single thing that anyone has put down, including a couple of players that I myself have looked at, and I've kind of narrowed it down to a couple. Now if I could, I would sign Charlie Austin. I don't think it's going to happen, but I will try. I'm going to offer Nori and see what it is they ask for. Worst case scenario is that I stall the deal and I come back to it, but I mean, if we could get him back, it would be incredible. Just, you know, he's a bit of a recent sort of club legend, obviously of recent years, so it'd be fantastic to get him back. I feel like he's a bit wasted at Southampton, not really getting much game time, but he's the first person that we are going to be going for. I'm also thinking about going for Blackett or someone like Decore. So I'm either going to go for someone who's sort of ready to start in the team, plus he can play centre back or left back. So if we've got issues with Robinson, because we're not a big fan of Bidwell, plus he is injured anyway, then we have Blackett as an option. Or Decore, bit younger, not quite as high rated, obviously therefore being a lot cheaper and on a lot less wages, and then we could build him up to play in the team. So we've got to decide between one of those two. I'm also thinking of getting Aya, or how, if I've said that wrong then I apologise, but obviously again another option in defence, but also we've been using Grant Hall at CDM and Aya is really tall, and so will be very helpful for us. I've just clicked the right button in, not entirely sure why, so let's go back. So those are three potential people that we're looking at currently. Then I was thinking, if I can find him, I'm going the wrong way. So after him, I was thinking about either Brooks or possibly, where is he? Oh, he's right at the top, or Woodburn. Now Woodburn, I wouldn't be playing on the wing, obviously, but he can play Cam. Now, Cam has been quite an important position for us recently, especially with the likes of sort of Isaiah Samuel coming in and doing a very good job there. Neither of them are going to be too expensive wage-wise. They're going to be a slight issue. I mean, Woodburn's on 27.5, and where is he? Foden, we don't actually know how much it's going to be, but Brooks is on 8 and a bit. So Brooks would be more affordable. We can also apparently pick him up for just under, or at least around $1 million, whereas Woodburn is going to cost us between 1 and 1.5. So it's a lot of thoughts. The first thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to try and sign Charlie Austin. Now, like I said, I'm not holding my breath here. I don't know if this is even going to work. So I'm going to offer midfielder Nori. I don't think this is going to work. I think they're going to ask for either money or a different position, because that's my luck. Bring a left winger. We haven't really got any left wingers that they're going to be interested in. I mean, if I show them Shadipo, they're going to be like, we want a better player. Yeah, I don't think we can afford this. I can't offer them 2 million. He'll be mad. I'm gonna have to end the negotiations. Austin isn't going to come along. The only way would have been if they accepted Nori and either didn't want any or next to no money for him. So sadly, we will not be signing Charlie Austin, which does suck. Maybe next year when we go up into the Premiership, and if we go up into the Premiership and get a bit of money in, we might be able to afford him. But I'm going to get Aya or Asia. Please let me know in the comment section if you know how to say that correctly, because we all know Tom doesn't. So we're going to go in for him, see if we can get him on a nice little deal, if we have any players maybe to offer him. So centre backs. Oh, we could offer a newer for the other guy that we look to get in, because he is 31. I mean, it would be sad to see the Chief go, but I mean, we're not going to use him all that much. Oh yeah, Eze's back now as well. Maybe we just offer straight up a transfer fee. See, 1 million is then like our whole budget, isn't it, really? Oh man. What do we do here, boys? See, Cousin's been doing quite well for us. Oh, this is really tough. I'm actually really struggling here. Do we offer Bidwell? I'm going to do that. I'm going to offer Bidwell. A right winger. So maybe we do offer Cousins. Because obviously we're looking to get a new cam in anyway. Oh, this could be really controversial if I do this though. And I love Wheeler in real life, and I don't know that I want to get rid of him. Oh, I think you guys are going to hate me if I get rid of Cousins. I think I'm going to do it though. I'm going to see what they say. That's a lot of money on top. Can I get rid of Cousins? How do I remove Cousins? I can't now. Okay. What if I asked, like, if I do that? That wouldn't be too bad. Oh man, they are playing hardball right now. Maybe if we accept like a bit of a sell-on clause. And again go to the 250. Let's try that. Okay. So they've accepted Cousins, 300,000 and 4% add-on fee. Right. Let's come back to that, as we're in no rush. So we've got Aya as a possible. I'm going to now go in for Blackett. And I'm going to offer a Nua, is the plan now. And see how near to a straight swap we can get for Chief. Looking to bring a left back, so let's offer them a man like Bidwell. And be like, right, straight swap. Okay, 2.3 million and Bidwell is not happening. We don't even have 2.3 million, so it looks like that's a no to Blackett. Maybe Aya or Asia. I'm going to say Aya until I know. Maybe Aya is the right shout then, because he can play at centre back and he can rotate with Hall at the sort of CDM to centre back position. So I think we'll probably sign Aya. But again, let's get to the contract stage first for all of the players that we're considering. So let's now go for, I think, Woodburn, as I think Woodburn will be a quality signing. So we've got to bear in mind that Cousins is included in the Aya deal as well, because we don't want to mess things up in that sense. So wingers, or do we go midfielders? Although we're already no, because technically Cousins is a winger in this, isn't he? Don't want to get rid of Scowen, Luongo, Borishuk, Nori, Eze, not particularly. I don't really want to get rid of Manning because I quite like Manning. See, Goss is quite tall. He's done quite well for us when he's coming. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna offer the 1.4 that he's supposedly worth, and see what they say. To 1.4. Okay. So Klopp was straight up like, yeah, 1.4. Cheers, pal. Interesting. So, I mean, combined, that's our 2 million, right? Fairly sure that's our 2 million. Right. I think we've got more problem in defence. So let's get this contract sorted first. I'm really worried now. He's on 12 at the moment. He's on 27.5. Right, so he's on 12. He's on 12 grand a week. So we've got to offer him more than that if it doesn't tell us that. So he wants rotation. That is fantastic. That's what I was going to offer you. 2-year contract. Yeah, I can make that. I can make that do for now. Disregard a release clause. Okay. I'm gonna. I think we should just accept that. I'm going to just have to accept that. And then move a bit of money around so we can still afford Woodburn. Okay, so there it is. Our first signing. We have signed Aya from Celtic on a 2-year deal. I'm very, very happy with that. I'm actually very, very happy with that. It's a fantastic signing. Great rotation. Adds a bit of strength. Adds a bit of depth to the team. Oh, actually, we can still afford that. Okay, fab. Okay, that's great. Let's go straight in. And let's get Woodburn. Okay. I'm going to offer him. He's 67 rated. Let's go for rotation. Fab. He's happy with rotation. I'm going to throw 2 years at him, which he's fine with. Cool. I don't want a release clause. He doesn't either. But he does want 33 grand a week, which I straight up cannot afford. Oh dear. Can we offer him 400 as a sign-on bonus? Okay, right. We are going to have £795 left in our wage budget with £0 left in our transfer budget, but we have signed Woodburn. Oh my god. Right. We have signed 2 players. Both players I'm very happy with the signings of. Very, very happy with. So here they are. Woodburn, 67, and Aya at 68. Now Woodburn will come straight in onto the bench. Shadipo has been doing well, but I'm going to bring him in, and Aya is going to come in for Onua on the bench. Let's keep these guys near the team so I remember their importance there. Obviously we have Freeman coming back as well. What we ideally need is Nori now to sell, and that's not me being a dick. I'm really happy that we signed Nori. He's done really, really well for us, but I think it's now time to say, right, if somebody comes in for Nori, he goes. Alright, that's how I'm going to deal with this. So I'm now going to start simming forwards, and I will let you know if anything happens before the next game. So first of all, just a point of interest, we did get a little bit of money from the FA Cup. So just if you're wondering where all of a sudden 78 grand or so has come from, it's from the FA Cup. We've also got an offer in for Steven Corker. Now, I don't really want to sell Corker. I know obviously we have just signed a centre-back, but Corker is doing really, really well for us. He's actually one of our best defenders, so I'm going to reject that offer. Have no interest in letting Corker go at any time soon. But the only other email is Silla telling me that he wants to be back on the pitch. So we'll think about that. Okay, so we've made it to our away game against Burton. They are currently in 14th. So sort of mid-table, but we are rocking up with Smithies, Robinson, Corker, Akpaguma and Georgian, Scowen at CDM, Borashuk and Luongo at CM, Freeman at Cam just behind Brereton and Idrissa Silla. Now we have obviously a very, very strong bench right now, the likes of Washington, who's very much in form, our 2 new signings of Woodburn and Aya, and we've also got Nori, and I can't remember who my other midfielder is. I've got another pretty good midfielder on the bench as well. Asai Samuel, there we go. So a very, very strong team and a strong bench. Can we get 3 points? Let's find out. Here we are away in the Championship. Burton Albion should hopefully be a fairly good game for us. We've got a nice strong team and we're doing very well. So let's find out how we do. Oh, I've run Georgian out of position there. And they've got a man over on the wing here. That's a good block from Akpaguma. Can we get rid of it? Not yet. It's still in there. It falls to Brayford, who's passed it straight across to Sordell, who has put Burton Albion 1-0 up. We gave them so much space in the box there. They had so much space. And we just couldn't clear our lines. I mean, look, Sordell just loses his man and just sits at the back post. Nice and easy. Smithies was never going to get to it. So 1-0. We're going to have to come back into this game. Freeman up to Brereton. Silla is overlapping. That's a great little touch. Silla, I tried to run around him, but Freeman does keep it. Getting a little bit lucky, picking up the loose ball. Can we find someone who can get a shot off here? Freeman turns, shoots and hits it wide. I made sure to pull it onto his left, and he just spooned it wide here. That's a bad shot, actually. That's really, really bad. They're knocking it around well here. Again, they've gone out wide. Boyce finds Allen, passes it across to Lund. Sordell gets in the way and nearly makes it too. It just goes wide. It's actually a corner, so somebody got a touch from that somewhere. Well, that's half time. as I was saying, a very, very entertaining half, but not a very good half for us. We should have done a lot better. Our shooting hasn't been very clinical, which has been the problem. I think what I will do is I'm going to take, I think, Silla off for Washington, because Washington has been in flying form recently. And for now, I'm going to leave it at that. I might bring on Woodburn or Asai Samuel, just for another bit of injection of pace up top, because I think actually that's going to be helpful. One of the main reasons I brought Washington on was for that pace. So hopefully that's going to pay off for us. Great pass to Brereton. He's going to try a shot. It's a great shot, and look at that. That is what Brereton actually brings to this team. Top quality finishing right in that top corner. It's outside the box. It was just first touch, opens himself up, and then bang across the goal. I'm pretty sure it went through the defender's legs as well. Fantastic finish, and does definitely get ourselves back into this game. Ripley was getting nowhere near that, but it's a fantastic finish from Brereton, and very much back in this now. 1-1. Oh, Boyce gets past the tackle from Akpaguma, and that was close. Smithy seemed pretty chill about it, but it was pretty close. But we are going to make a change. Freeman making way for Asai Samuel, bringing him on at cam. He does some decent damage in that sort of central attacking position, so hopefully he can do the same here. Sordell through. That's a good cross in. He finds Boyce, who hits the bar. We don't clear it very well. Corker comes out to it. That could have been massive. That could have been really, really bad for us, but we do get a lucky break. Can we now get rid of this corner? Well done, Luongo. Oh, Washington sends Asai Samuel away. He's just got to get around the defender. He's definitely got the pace on him. We're going to turn. Cross it. That's a great ball. Borashuk, what a save. That is actually a fantastic save. The cross is great from Asai Samuel. The header is fantastic. But the save is just as good. Man, like I said, end-to-end this game. Brereton finds Asai Samuel, who's going to find Washington, surely. He does. Connor, tap it across the goal. There it is. Connor Washington, again, off the bench, and again on the score sheet. You cannot stop this man from scoring. And Asai Samuel, you can't stop him from getting those assists. He seems to be getting them left, right, and centre. Brereton with a great ball through. Actually, it might have been Luongo. I can't remember. Either way, Asai Samuel finds Connor Washington, who just taps it into that bottom corner. We get ourselves well and truly back in the game, and not only that, but we're now in the lead. 8th goal for Connor Washington, 2-1 to QPR. Okay, not long left now. I brought on Furlong for Georgian. I'm not bringing on either of our new signings for this game. I just thought it's an away game. Maybe give them their debut at home. Give them a chance in front of the home crowd. But also, Georgian was pretty tired, so about 5 minutes to hold on. There is maybe time for one more attack. So if we can hold this out, we should be okay. But it's a great overlap. It's a good cross in. Akpaguma, get your head on that. Well done. Oh, Asai Samuel. We need that whistle to go, ref. We need that whistle to go. Is that a corner? It is. Corner in the last couple of minutes. The keeper's up. Come on, boys. We've just got to get rid of this. Borashuk gets his head to it. Asai Samuel, just boot it. There it is. There it is. First game of the episode, and we get our first 3 points. Well done, boys. That was actually a tough game, but a really, really good game because it was just end to end. They definitely deserved the lead when they took it, but I think we did a very, very good job of coming back into it. As you can see, they had more shots than us. Very similar amount of shots on target. I would say Washington, personally, for me, was man of the match. Did really, really well when he came on from the bench. And actually, Luongo, I think, had quite a good game. But as you can see, Scowen, Asai, Samuel, Brereton, Washington were the highest rated players. So well done to them. Let's see if anything happens transfer-wise. Otherwise, it's the next game. Okay, so an offer in for Matt Smith from Millwall. Now, I'm sure I've said many a time, I am not his biggest fan. And when they come in with an offer of 790,000, I'm afraid I'm going to accept that offer. I'm not the biggest fan of Matt Smith. He's not done too much for us in this career mode. 17 grand a week and about 700 to 600 between that we'll get in for him from the board as well. If that offer goes through, I am very, very happy about that. So it also gives me a small chunk of money for something I had an idea for, but we'll get to that if he goes. Okay, so a few things have happened. Firstly, Matt Smith has gone to Millwall for £790,000, which gives us £525,000 in our current transfer budget and the 17 grand wages, which is fantastic. Up next, Bidwell is back into training. That doesn't really faze us because, let's be honest, he's not going to spend much time on the pitch. Grant Hall is also back, which is actually good news. That's fantastic news for us. A match has been rescheduled, which is great. And then some more money from the FA Cup. Apparently more money, sure. Furlong's asked to start, and he might be in for surprise because I was probably going to start him anyway. But we are actually at the next game, which is home to Middlesbrough, so I'm going to sort the team out, and then we can discuss a little bit more. Okay, so Middlesbrough is going to be a very, very tough game, but I've got a very, very tough team myself. So we've got Smithies, Robinson, Corker, Akpaguma, and Furlong starting, like I said. Borashuk at CDM, Freeman and Luongo at centre mid, and we are starting for his debut. We are starting Woodburn at cam. Pretty excited to try him out. Hopefully I'll have a good game, and he will be behind Brereton and Silla. Washington, again, very, very hard to leave him out of the team, but he'll probably make another appearance at half-time or so. So, jumping into the game, hopefully another 3 points. Here we are, back at home at Loftus Road, home to Middlesbrough. It's going to be a tough game. Obviously, no mugs Middlesbrough. So hopefully we can get ourselves a nice, good result. And hopefully 3 points. Let's find out. Oh, Braithwaite absolutely does the defence and scores a very, very good goal, actually, to be fair. Smithies couldn't get to it. I think it was Corker that he just kind of ran rings around. And just a very, very easy goal. And again, to be fair, it's been coming. Like the Burton game, they just very, very easily took on the defence and deserved to be 1-0 up. It's his 10th goal in the Championship, so actually Braithwaite is in some great scoring form as well. But 1-0 down at home, not good. Bamford running down that wing. Oh, it's a good pass. They very, very nearly got that through, but Bamford gets it back. We are all over the place right now. We're not looking good right now. Furlong has pulled this quite high up the pitch, actually, and Woodburn is going to take it himself. Tries the shot. It's in. It's in. What a finish from Woodburn. Fantastic goal. I didn't expect it to go in, but he does find the bottom corner. Fantastic effort. Playing at cam, he's been very, very quiet all game. I'd be lying to you if I said I've been massively impressed with him so far. But like I said, no one on the team particularly has impressed me this game so far. What a little turn. What a strike. That is right in that bottom corner. That challenges Braithwaite's goal. For goal of the game, really. They were both very, very good finishes. So well done to the young Ben Woodburn. First goal for us in the Championship. First goal for his new team on his debut. Good lad. 1-1. That's a good ball. Braithwaite. We know he can cause problems. Well done, Corker. Just on the stroke of half-time. They do have a corner. We're going to have to defend this well. It's taken a lot of effort to get into the lead. Back into the game, but Bamford does hit it over, and that is half-time. I mean, we scored very much against the run of play. I'd be lying if I said that from how we played that we deserved to be in it. I mean, we've had 2 shots with 2 on target. They've only had 1 shot on target, but they've had 6 shots altogether. But they've bodied us for possession. So what I'm going to do is I mean, Woodburn has played very, very well. He's definitely earned his place on the pitch right now. We're going to put Borashuk there, and we're going to bring on Asia. This is what I'm going to say his name is. Bring him on at CDM. Bit of height, bit of strength. I mean, he's... Oh, if I could ever get to him. There we go. He's, what, 6'5". So he's a bit of a giant there. Bit of strength, hopefully, should kind of solidify that midfield defensively for us. So that's all we're going to do at half-time. I feel like Jolek should maybe make an appearance this game, and I'd be very surprised if we don't make all 3 subs. But going into the second half, feeling positive. I've made some good changes. The team should be feeling good, and we very nearly get a chance straight off the bat. Is that a pen? That is a penalty straight into the start of the second half. We get ourselves a penalty. Friend takes down Adrissa Silla on the edge of the box, and Silla is going to step up. I'm going to go top left. Top left. There it is. We actually score a penalty in the QPR career mode. It doesn't happen often, but it's happened this time. And it's a big penalty as well. puts us in the lead very, very early on in the second half, literally from kickoff. So I'm not going to say the changes were that influential, let's be honest. But we do get ourselves into the lead. A very, very good penalty. Randolph stuck to the spot. But it's top corner. And that is Adrist's 11th goal in the championship. Doing very, very well for himself. Hunting for that golden boot. 2-1. Okay, as we line up for a corner, we are given Ben Woodburn his substitution. Jolek is coming onto the pitch. Woodburn doing very, very well, getting himself a goal on his debut. But Jolek, I think, does need a bit of time. Oh, Aya getting another corner. But Jolek does need a bit of time in the team, otherwise I think he'll be a bit upset and a bit miffed for not playing. And he is a quality player, so he's good to have in as a rotation player. Corner comes in. Brereton, what a header. Ben Brereton finds himself a goal. It's a fantastic effort. He's miles away. He's right in the corner of that 6-yard box, but right in the corner of it. So that's a fantastic header, fantastic effort to even get that on target. Look at this. Bang, right off the bar. Bounces down. Randolph with no chance. Brereton gets himself a goal. Silla and Brereton obviously up top doing fantastic. 21 goals in the league between them. Well done, Brereton. There's 10 minutes left. Luongo was getting pretty tired, so I brought on Asaya Samuel at cam. Push Jolek back to centre mid. I was going to bring on Washington, but actually I think I'll start Washington in the next game. Give him a start rather than like 10 minutes to play. But we are 3-1 now, so we're fairly comfortable. We've just got to play some good football. And this could be some good football. Borashuk. We find Robinson. Robinson, first time, mate. Power it. There's a goal for Robinson from their kickoff. We make it 4-1. We've played very, very well this second half. I think it's a combination of us playing better, but actually Middlesbrough did not turn up in the second half. Literally since the penalty, they just haven't been the same team. So since us taking the lead, we've kind of just steamrolled them, really. So massive well done to the boys. 4-1, Robinson's first goal in the championship. Oh, we've got Silla here, and we've got Brereton on the overlap. We're going to go down to Brereton. Brereton, surely. There it is, 5-1. We have absolutely dominated the second half. We've just been all over them. They haven't had an answer for us. They're throwing men forward for fun, and we are then scoring for fun. The counter-attack game is real right now. Massive, massive, like such a big gulf in difference from the first half to the second. We've just played so well, and they really haven't. But 5-1, Brereton and Silla both on 11 goals now in the championship. So, I mean, goal scoring machines. I don't think we needed a striker. I think actually the positions we've bought and filled in have been the right ones. There it is, full time, 5-1 against Middlesbrough. If you'd asked me that at the start of the season, what the score prediction would have been, I'd have been happy with a draw against Middlesbrough. But to go and beat them 5-1, especially coming from 1-0 down, is phenomenal. My personal men of the match, I mean, it's hard to look past Brereton and Silla. Both had fantastic games. Aya actually had a phenomenal game coming on. He did play very, very, very well. And again, the height and strength that Hall was providing, Aya did really, really well. And also he's nice and quick, so he did good there. Robinson did very well to get his first goal. But, I mean, Borashuk got man of the match, and that's because he just owned that midfield. So, well done, boys. They didn't have a single shot in the second half. Okay, so because we made it through the FA Cup, we have actually had another game added to this month, and that is the Cup game home to Crystal Palace. So another Premier League team, but this does mean this is actually going to be the last game. So the end of the transfer window will happen at the beginning of next episode. Now, I'd love to actually finish this full thing, but the episode is going to be a little bit longer anyway because of the transfers at the start, but also at my time of recording, because of my schedule at the moment, it is actually very, very late. I have work early tomorrow morning, and I can't actually stay up too much later than I already am. I'm probably pushing it already doing this last game, but I'm going to do it because I wanted to get those 3 games out of the way. Sadly, we have gained an extra game, but hopefully that means next episode you guys can be nice and excited for that as well. But anyway, the team we're going to rock with today is Smithies, Robinson, Corker, Akpaguma, Georgian, Hall back in at CDM. We brought Manning in, at centre mid, bit of rotation. Then we've got Luongo, and then Nori is coming in at cam, and then Brereton and Connor Washington is making his team, making his way into the first team. Hopefully he can get himself a goal against a tough Crystal Palace side. Let's jump in and find out. Here we are in our second game in the FA Cup, and also our second game at Loftus Road this episode. So home to Crystal Palace is going to be a tough game. Hopefully we can come away though with the win and get ourselves that little bit more money, and obviously into the next round of the FA Cup. So let's jump in. Last time we did pretty well. Let's see if we can keep up that good FA Cup form. Luongo finds Washington. Nori makes a very good run actually. That's a nice turn. Connor Washington finds the back of the net. Speroni was getting nowhere near that. 1-0 against the Premier League team. Connor Washington again popping up with the goods. I think that's his 9th goal. Oh no, this is the cup actually. I don't know how many goals he's got in the cup. Fantastic turn from Nori. Can't take anything away from him there. And a good first touch finish from Washington. That's his 2nd goal in the FA Cup. So he got one. Oh yeah, he got one against Spurs, didn't he? So well done to Connor Washington. Fantastic goal. 1-0 against Crystal Palace. Zaha tries to skill, but Hall is having none of it. Hall has had Zaha in his pocket all game. Zaha has just not been able to do a single thing while Hall's been around. But Brereton actually finds Luongo, who's going to find Washington, who is well onside. Oh, we should have scored that. But that is half time. We could have gone in 2-0 up there. Fantastic save to his credit from the keeper. But Washington probably should have scored that, and that would have been 2-0. Especially going in at half time. That would have been phenomenal for us. But we've played very well. We've outplayed them in my opinion, really. Yeah, they haven't had a single shot yet. We've had them well and truly covered. I'm going to take Nori off mainly because of the booking. But we're going to bring Woodburn on. Good to rotate him into the side. Get some football. Oh, I actually meant to put Freeman on the bench and I forgot. Never mind. I think we'll probably end up resting Silla for this game. So maybe bring on Aya as centre-back at some point. See how he does. Especially against the likes of Zaha, Benteke. Give him a real challenge. But for now, just that one change. Hopefully we can hold on. Oh, they're bursting through the middle here. I think that's Van Aanholt. Hits the post. That could have been awful for us. That's their first proper chance of the game, but they're taking off Riedewald for punching. Another ex-QPR. So they're definitely being a little bit more attacking, with Riedewald being quite a defensive midfielder and Punching being quite an attacking one. Woodburn. We find Washington. That's a great overlap. Who's that? Georgian. That's a great pass. It doesn't quite find its way in. What's going on? Okay, the worst goal you'll ever see. But we are 2-0 up. Again, against a Premier League team. What on earth is going on between? I think it's Sacco and their keeper. What's going on here? Look at that. I don't know who that is. I don't know if that is Sacco or not. But a fantastic chance for us to go 2-0 up. And Luongo, just a little poacher's goal. Fantastic. Well played to him. Great ball in from Georgian, putting the pressure on them there. But Luongo makes it 2. We're going to do a couple little changes and hopefully hold on for the rest of the game. So we do actually take off the 2 players that had anything to do with that goal. We take off the assist and the goal scorer. Luongo coming off for Jolek, and it was Georgian has come off for Aya. And Aya's gone to centre back, and Akpaguma's pushed out to right back. Zaha, 1-on-1 against Aya. How does he do? Aya does well. This team is doing so well right now against such a tough opposition. We do have Brereton. We find Connor Washington. It's a little tap. It's a cheeky little goal. We just bounce it under the keeper, but a fantastic finish from Connor Washington. He is the man in form right now. The keeper does get a touch, but he doesn't get it saved. Well done, Connor Washington. Gets his 2nd of the game, 3rd in the FA Cup, and he is doing so well right now. I think that's actually his 3rd in the episode as well. That's full time, guys. That is it. 3-0 against Crystal Palace. You wouldn't have known who was the Premiership side there. We absolutely outplayed them from the get-go, really. They had barely any chances. Zaha didn't turn up. Benteke didn't really exist. And I don't think Sakho knew what he was doing half the time. I mean, this here is that's appalling. I mean, the keeper tries to clear it twice and misses it. So, well played to the boys. They did do very, very well. Personally, Grant Hall would be my man of the match. Absolutely solid. Luongo did get a 9.4, which is incredible. And again, it's hard to look past Washington with the form he's in right now. Fantastic. And a good goal. Okay guys, so to round the episode off, I just want to very, very quickly show you that we are still very much top of the table. 58 points from 28 games. We are slowly but surely getting to the end of the season. We're just over halfway now, which is fantastic. So if we can stay in the position we're in, then we are looking at Premiership football next year. And judging by the results we're getting, we're in a good place. A good place to start being ready for that. But I'm afraid, like I said, I am actually going to round off the episode here. Very, very sorry that I don't get to finish the month. Like I said, it's really, really late, and I really should be going to bed for work tomorrow. But hopefully you've enjoyed this. Of course, leave a like if you have. One last thing I do want to talk about is I have, as you can see, they're 360 grand and 7.5 grand wages. Should I set up a cheap little youth system? Only looking at like a 1-1, maybe 2 1-1s. We go to a couple of places, see if we can get some potential players for the future coming through the club, get those guys training up, and maybe that will help us with signing these bigger players and stuff in the future. Just a possibility. For now though, just let me know in the comment section if you think that's a good idea. But like I said, I'm going to leave it there. Subscribe if you are new around here, leave a like if you have enjoyed it, and of course boys, please look after yourselves. See you all very soon.